What's going on, guys? SHOT Show 2024 here at the Magpul booth with Dwayne. You guys have already seen it all over social media. They got some cool new stuff, some new metal stuff, not something you'd think you'd see from Magpul. But Dwayne, please take it away. Tell us all about it, please.
Sounds good. All right, T-Mag, certainly the belle of the ball from many perspectives. It's been a 15-year search for the right material to make a translucent magazine that met all the TOP 32045 reliability, durability, and rough handling tests.
I'm hearing you guys found the magical recipe to make it all.
Yeah, it didn't even exist 2 years ago. This material is pretty new, and so it does everything we wanted it to do. It will, surface hardness. It'll pass the dust test. It'll pass all the chemical compatibility, -60 full weapon drop, all that stuff. And so it finally meets standards for us. And so that's what it is. It does have some things that most other translucent magazines don't have. We put mag level window functionality in it. We have a painted spring leg, just like there's an orange leg in the mag level windows. And this one, it's a white spring leg, and that corresponds with the numbers on the side of the translucent magazine.
Awesome.
Which you might think, well, why would you bother do that in a translucent magazine? But when it goes up into the tower, so the magwell, you've got no indication there. You can't see, and you have 13 to 15 rounds left. So this will still give you useful information after the round stack goes up into the magwell.
Nice. A little added touch. I like it.
And slick-sided, so very similar to the old E-Mag in form factor. So some folks have been interested in that kind of form factor. It is slimmer in the base plate than the E-Mag. It is compatible with all Gen M3 floor plate accessories, and that's about it.
Awesome. Now, switching from the translucent plastic, we have something completely different.
That guy.
Yeah.
So pistol magazines. Pistol magazines have been a challenge. There's not enough room to do them properly in polymer. You can do them in polymer, right? But you can do them properly in polymer. It's a challenge just based on wall stock and still having enough room for grit clearances and things like that. And so we look for we looked at metal inserts to handle hoop strength and the round stack transition to try and minimize the polymer required and all kinds of different ways, inserting tapes and about 50 different ways to make a pistol magazine out of polymer. And at the bottom line, at the end of the day, it was like, well, there's still room to actually improve what's going on with the metal magazine. So we spent a couple years figuring out, how we wanted to do things differently in stamping technology as well as geometry. And, so there's some minor differences. We've tweaked some of the rib geometry and rib structures for better round stack control in this particular magazine, and that's what it will pay forward into the next ones.
Gotcha.
Manufacturing, we use precision laser welding on the back, so there's not a CNC weld and ground kind of surface back there, so it reduces time and cost as well as giving you a perfectly slick rear surface. We're making everything out of 300 series stainless so that we don't have corrosion issues. We will have coated magazines that will be colored black or tan at some point down the line, but the silver is the easiest one, and it certainly is a slick finish. Floor plates work easily. They've got the dot matrix like our kind of standard Magpul marking matrix. And the other thing this allows you to do, because we don't grind the back, you have a full complement of witness holes along the back. It'll tell you exactly what you've got left in the magazine.
Cost on these?
These are $35, so about $15 less than an OEM magazine. Other things we did to this: follower design, spring design. The spring design stood to allow some improvements, so we spent some time there and got that right. So you end up with a magazine that performs better, doesn't have corrosion issues even in a maritime environment, and costs you $15 less. So.
Awesome. Okay. And the last thing I'm interested in, the new stock.
The MoPR. The MoPR is the start of kind of a bunch of additions to the stock line that you see both in the dual tension cartridge line as well as in the Mo line. That incorporates some geometries that fit the way people are shooting these days and the way different rifle applications that we might not hit squarely on the head with other rifle stocks in the line. So the MoPR is a kind of a precision-oriented Mo stock that allows you, and it's not necessarily for that a PRS or full or something you don't even want to necessarily put a UBR on, but the recce rifle term gets overused a little bit, right? But it's firmly in that genre of what you'd be using a GPR or a recce rifle kind of for. And then
12.5 LPVO gun.
Depends on what you're doing, right? Yeah, absolutely. But you've got bag rider features, you've got butt hook features to be able to pull it into your arm, and just the geometry sets you up to be able to shoot the way those rifles are applied or used. And you've got the capability to use use cheek risers, so all the CTR cheek risers work. So if you have it on a non-reciprocating charging handle kind of application out the rear there, so a non-AR application, MCX, things like that, BRM 180, or if your length of pull is set up long enough, it clears when you do that as well.
Super cool. Yeah. And then what is available right now, and then what is coming out later in the year?
So the craziness of this year is we've held off, right, on everything that's to announce. There are many things that we will be announcing through the rest of 2024.
Okay.
We're going to keep our lips sealed until they're ready to ship. So the AMAG is shipping right now.
Nice. Okay.
This will be in a few weeks. We're saying spring, but we're already. This is a final. We're just tweaking some process things. So that's imminent. The MoPR announced shipping today.
Awesome.
The DT stock, of course, and the Mo X22. Everything else we're showing here was shipping in Q4. So
sweet.
We're talking about stuff as we get ready to ship it. We're going to try really hard to.
I think a lot of people at home appreciate that. Like, hey, let's see what's out now, and then now we have stuff to stay tuned for throughout the year.
Absolutely.
Dwayne, I appreciate you taking the time, man. Thank you.
Thank you.